Hello, Mr. Williams. It is nice to meet you in person. I am here to follow up with you in regard with the proposal I sent you recently. My CEO, Mr. Seifel, sent you his best wishes. He is coming to meet you soon.
Hi Ramsey, I just got to know from your CEO, Seifel, that your organization is doing a specialized service where your team develops competence standards for companies. I am interested to know more. I am not sure if your system can resolve my problem, but I am willing to listen to what you have to say first. So, go ahead, I am listening.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Williams, our organization is a competence standards developing organization, or CSDO in short, where we specialize in developing competence standards for companies like yours. But we do not stop there. In fact, we go further by helping your company in developing a complete competence system tailored to your needs. The competence standards, as mentioned just now, are part of this competence system. A proper competence system is the only way for you to ensure that your staff are truly competent in their respective job positions.
You know what, Ramsey, some of my staff just can't master tool making. We've had product returns due to defects. I taught them the way that my dad showed me on how to produce my power tools, but somehow I believe my message did not get through. After my explanation, I tested them and asked them to just replicate what I have done. Well, he just couldn't get it right. Maybe my instructions were wrong. What do you think?
Our competence system is made up of the competence analysis, competence blueprint, competence standards, assessment questions, and training modules. For competence analysis, we need to understand your current competence and training systems. This analysis will reveal the shortfalls of your competence system, and based on that study, we come out with the competence blueprint, which is the overall framework and strategy to achieve your staff's competence objectives. Then we will craft the competence standards for each job position in your company. These competence standards will be the most important element in your competence system. Why? Because these standards will dictate other elements of the system. Next, we will develop the knowledge and practical assessment questions based on the competence standards developed earlier. Finally, we will develop the training modules to answer the assessment questions. I hope my explanation is clear to you.
Okay, let me get this right. My issue is not a technological problem, but it is a competence problem. You already explained to me that I need to put in place a competence system and not just send my staff for some training programs without understanding what my staff really need to be competent. All right, let me recall what you have mentioned just now. The first step is to let your team into my company to learn on our existing assessment and training systems. Then, the team will present to me their findings and propose the solutions. These solutions will be spelled out in my company's competence blueprint, which will be the compass to go for the next steps. Next, the competence standards of each job position will be crafted in collaboration with the subject matter experts of the job position in my company. After this, assessment questions for each job position will be written based on the competence standards of that particular job position. Let me continue. The training modules of each job position will be done following the assessment questions developed earlier based on the competence standards. These training modules are written to answer the assessment questions and also to elaborate on the answers so that my staff in training really understand them. Your team will then train and certify my top talents to become instructors, assessors, and internal verifiers. On the topic of the internal verifiers, please explain to me again their role. What do they do? This is new to me.
Sure, the internal verifier. The role of the internal verifier is to ensure the quality of the assessments. The internal verifier will observe firsthand the assessments done by your assessor, and after the assessments have been completed, the internal verifier will provide feedbacks, an important part of the assessment process.
All right then. Let's do it. I am looking forward to see some positive changes in the competence of my people through your proven system.
Excellent. We'll transform your workforce into a truly competent team that you can be proud of. Your team will minimize wastage, which translates into better bottom line for you. Mr. Seifel will come in next week and he will lead the team himself. Thank you for the go-ahead, Mr. Williams.